I'm Cache Valley Prepper, and this video for Survivalpedia is about pocket survival kit containers and how to prevent moisture ingress. Okay, let's talk survival kit containers. Here, first, I have some tins. This one here is by Asuma. This is by Survival Resources. It's got some little clips. It's sold by them. I don't believe they're the manufacturer, but it's an aluminum tin with some type of gasket. I had really high hopes for this one because of the gasketing and because these spring clips put pressure on it. I was hoping that it would hold up against water ingress, but that was not the case when I tested it. And then we have just a classic kind of Altoids type tin that you're probably very familiar with. As you can see, sizes vary quite a bit in tins, so that's something that you're going to have to take into account when you choose the form factor that works for you. Flatter tins store better in pockets. They're more comfortable as you carry it throughout the day. And of course, smaller tins, you're going to be more likely to have them on you when you need them. This tin here that I got from Survival Resources is a great form factor, but I tested it by sticking it in my pocket and writing personal watercraft, and at the end of the day, the contents were soaking wet, so I had to pull everything out of my survival kit, which is not uncommon in testing, and had a little miniature garage sale on the beach. The Suma tin has pretty excellent water resistance from my testing so far. I've just done 6-inch immersion for 30 seconds, and I'm going to take it up to the next level. One thing with these little Altoid type tins is people say to use 1-inch tape to seal them, and in my experience that hasn't prevented water ingress very well, possibly because of the type of tapes that I've used. I've used vinyl tape, and I tried that because I noticed that it was what Best Glide was using. I also tried Gorilla Tape, and I'd warn you off against Gorilla Tape because at cold temperatures, Gorilla Tape loses its adhesion, and it's not going to hold very well. So, benefits of hard side tin is it's going to keep the contents from getting crushed. It's going to keep sharp objects from poking through the tin and ruining your clothing or hurting you. Also, the tin itself can be used, if this is real shiny like this one, it could be used as a reflective surface for signaling. Something that's machined aluminum like this Suma tin by Silcoa, it's so tough that you could use it as a digging tool. You could cook in it. It's just a good tool. I probably in the future go with something that isn't quite so deep, because it was in carry I found that it's a little bit uncomfortable for me. Okay, next we have cases. These are hard cases. This one's a Pelican case. This one's by Plano. The Pelican case, I'd say that the downsides are you use up a lot of area with this polycarbonate. It's just really takes up a lot of the room, a lot of room in your pockets. But they are, their water resistance is excellent. The Plano case, Plano makes one of polycarbonate just like the Pelican case, but this one here is more designed for fishing, and it's gasketed, and its water resistance is excellent, and it's lighter weight, but it still takes up a lot of real estate inside your pockets. So if you're going on a rafting trip or something, or you're at sea, that might be something to consider. Then we have pouches. This was designed by Doug Ritter, so as was this. They're pocket, designed for pocket survival kits. He is a great resource. I would check out his website. I believe it's equiptosurvive.com. It could be a .org, but let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. These are good cases. You have to purchase a survival kit to get them. In cold weather, they are harder to close with these zip seals, and it's a pretty darn tight fit when you get everything in there. Nothing's going to be perfect. Alternative, you could use something like a lock sack or an op sack, and it's basically a double zip seal. You can use it. You can also use it inside another pouch. Survival Metrics makes these lightweight pouches, a couple different sizes. A huge one, as far as pocket survival kits go, and then a more standard size one. And you could use the lock sacks inside that, and that's a pretty good combination. Something that's come out more recently that I really love is our runoff pouches by Night Eyes, and they have a TRU zip seal. It opens and closes just like a zipper. This case is made for a cell phone, but it works fantastic for a pocket survival kit. And as you can see, it also they designed it as kind of a neck wallet to wear to the beach or to the lake on vacation, but for outdoor recreation or sports or survival, it's a great case. The downsides are probably that it needs to be lubricated with a special lubricant that you get from them. And if it's not sealed snugly, you would get water ingress through the edge of the zipper. But that's easily prevented just by squeezing it to test it. If it's airtight, it's also going to be watertight. And a couple more. This is also by Night Eyes, and it's in the same line of products, the Runoff series, but it's just a flat pouch. This one that's, I don't know if you want to call that a gusset or whatever you call this three-dimensional shape here. This carries equipment much better than this. So it's another option for you. Probably the downside with these, here's another one by Sea to Summit, designed for carrying a cell phone. Probably the downside of all of these is you lose the metal cooking pot that you have with a hard side tin. Depending on the size of the tin, its utility is arguable. But you can easily remedy this by including a pie tin smash flat or tin foil or heavy. This is some really heavy aluminum that I find is a little more useful than the lighter weight tin foil. but crushing a pie tin flat or a bread tin flat is a great hack, because then you don't waste a bunch of aluminum trying to origami the thing into the shape of a pot in the middle of a survival ordeal. So it's a lot easier to just unfold your bread tin. So with one more thing I would touch on when selecting survival tins, or containers for personal survival kits, whether you choose, to go with everything in the same tin, as small as an Altoids tin, or one of Doug's little kits. I would recommend carrying your shelter tools in a separate pouch. So definitely I would include a space blanket or a bivy bag. And I think that's most easily accomplished by dividing your kit in two. The Air Force has done that with some of their kits. They're designed to go one in each BDU pocket, or whatever the Air Force calls their trousers.